Today, we will study global warming. In this lecture, we will cover following topics. What is global warming? First of all, we will study introduction to global warming. After this, we will come to the effects and impacts. What are the effects and impacts of global warming? After that, we will come to the Kyoto Protocol. We will also study that. We will also study the greenhouse effect in this. After this, we will come to ozone layer depletion. How is the ozone layer depleting? And finally, we will come to climate change. What are the climate changes? And what are the factors due to which our climate is changing? How is it changing? So let's start. First of all, we come to fence what global warming is. If we look at it word by word, one is global and the other is warming. Global means globe, that is the world, the earth, the planet you are seeing, the whole earth. And warming means to warm up, to heat up. So in this figure, you are seeing that the earth is surrounded by fire. It means it is getting warmer. So the warming of the earth, that is global, means the world, and warming means getting warm. The warming of the globe is called global warming. So this is our global warming. If we talk about the introduction, global warming, since the beginning of the world, from the Stone Age to today, that is up to the modern era, this is a natural process because the normal temperature rise of our earth is very important for the earth and the creatures living on earth. Now, let's talk about the greenhouse effect. What is the greenhouse effect? Friends, there are some gases that we call greenhouse gases, such as water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane, CFC, nitrogen oxide. These are some gases that are naturally present in our Earth's atmosphere. What do these gases do? They absorb infrared radiation. If we look at this figure, this is the sun. It is sending down its sunlight, its rays. This is the earth. This is the surface of the earth. The layer you are seeing on top, this is the atmospheric layer. This whole blue light is the atmospheric layer. As soon as the rays from the sun fall in this atmospheric layer, the gases present in the atmosphere, as I mentioned, water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane, CFC, nitrogen oxide. These gases are naturally present. What do? They absorb the radiation. After absorbing this radiation, they send it back into the atmosphere. But some of this radiation stays on the Earth's surface. So what does this radiation do? It helps increase the temperature of the Earth. So when the temperature of the Earth increases, we call this the greenhouse effect. This is natural. But if we talk about what is happening today, industrialization has increased. So there is a lot of radiation now. Due to this radiation, the greenhouse gases, water vapor, carbon dioxide, CFC, methane, the amount of these gases has increased, due to which it absorbs more radiation. On the other side, today we are using a lot of machinery, whether it's air conditioners, industries or vehicles, and from these we release some gases. These gases are increasing in our Earth's atmosphere. So the artificial gases, while natural is fine, but now these gases are increasing. And what are they doing? They are absorbing more radiation, not letting it go back. So this is causing the temperature of our Earth to rise more and more. This is what we call the greenhouse effect. Now, let's talk about how the weather changes. Normally, as our vehicles or our industrialization increase greenhouse gases, these increase global warming. When they increase, the climate in different parts of the Earth will change. It affects some areas more and some areas less. This is why rainfall increases in some areas and decreases in others. With this, the sea level also increases. So these are some impacts and effects. If I talk about another impact, normally what happens is the life in the Arctic ecosystem. You are seeing an animal in the back of this figure. The ice balls in the back, the animal is sitting on them. They have broken because of the climate change due to global warming. As soon as the change happened, the animal fell into the water, meaning it fell into the water because the ice melted. Due to the melting of the ice, the water formed and the animal fell into it. So this life is affected. On the other side, freshwater life, including fishes, is also greatly affected. Now let's talk about the Kyoto Protocol. It cannot be that we don't study the Kyoto Protocol when we read about global warming. Friends, the Kyoto Protocol was named after Kyoto, a city in Japan. An agreement was made there. What happened was that the rich countries in the world, such as the USA, Russia, China, Japan, and many other countries, signed an agreement in Kyoto, Japan in 1997 that global warming, which is increasing due to industrialization, must be controlled in our respective countries by reducing the emissions of gases such as radiation or greenhouse gases by a certain percentage in the coming 10 to 15 years from 1997 to 2008 or 2012 so that global warming can be controlled. Next, let's talk about erratic rain. What is erratic rain, friends? Normally, as climate is affected, as climate change occurs due to global warming, in some areas there is more rainfall, and in some areas less rainfall. Where there is less rainfall, there is drought, and the people there are greatly affected because agriculture doesn't work properly. Without agriculture, people will not get food. Most farmers or those living in these areas are affected by this. Where there is more rainfall, then of course more rainfall means the life in those areas is affected. People have to travel from there to other places. This is what we call erratic rain. After this, we come to the fact that climate change includes other things too, such as storms, food shortages, drought conditions, and islands being affected due to this. These are some effects and impacts that occur due to global warming. Now, let's talk about ozone layer depletion. Friends, if you have seen, this is our Earth. This is the planet. Above it, there is a layer, the light blue layer you are seeing. This is the ozone layer. The ozone layer, which we call O3. Its formula is O3. What does it do? The radiation coming from the sunlight, the ozone layer reduces its effect. So as the ozone layer reduces the effect of this radiation, it means that the radiation coming down has less impact on life on Earth, whether it is animals, plants, or humans. Diseases or problems, such as cancer, are less likely due to this. So what's happening now? The greenhouse gases are increasing and they are rising up. As they rise up, they are mixing with O3. So O3 is converting into O2, that is oxygen, which causes the layer in between to break down. This is called ozone layer depletion. As I mentioned, pollution, carbon emissions, ultraviolet radiation, and other gases like methane are affecting this. Major climate change, as you know, if we don't control global warming, scientists estimate that in the coming 100 years, the Earth's temperature will rise by 2 to 6 degrees. If this happens, it will be a big problem, affecting the whole globe. It may seem small, like 2 to 6 degrees, but it is a big change for the whole Earth. This is a big problem. If we don't control this, it will cause storms, climate change. It will affect life in the Arctic ecosystem, drought conditions, more rainfall in some areas, and less in others. Many problems can arise due to this. That's why it is very important to control it. How can we control it? The government will take actions, make plans, and implement various solutions worldwide. This is very important. If we don't do it, the risk to life on Earth will increase significantly. Question of the day. What gas is the main contributor to global warming? Only a genius can answer in the comments below.